every now and then we have these articles, probably every 3 or 4 episodes, where it's just served up right on a platter to us.
Baby.
Female-only parking spots divide the internet. So they want to do something for feminism.
Yeah.
They go, you know what? We're going to give girls their own parking spots.
Sure.
They're saying it's a safety issue. They have a lot of things. But here's the thing that... this is
Which is also, I mean, the fucking sexual predators are just like, jackpot, put them all in one spot. Thank you.
Yeah, I really don't know who this is supposed to help. Probably the worst idea of all time. But the spots for women are 30% bigger, right? Yeah. So it's just funny that they're just like, yeah, for your safety.
Yeah, for your luxury.
But really, it's for the guy next to you's car's safety.
No, it's for they have the husband's car, and he's like, God damn it! Every time I come back from the grocery store, the fucking doors are all.
I mean, it's literally insurance companies being like, I mean, if they don't have bigger spots, they could get molested.
I just want to be videotaping the girls in the bigger spots and still just turning out in like 90-point turn to get out of a spot in the big spots.
But that's a thing, though, and so they've talked about that sometimes women are worse drivers, and then people have argued. There was a big Andrew Tate thing where they were sort of arguing that.
I think the actuarial tables say otherwise because they drive slower.
Well, it's different types of accidents. You know what I mean? Yeah, they get in different types of accidents. For example, for me, you've accused me of being a bad driver, but I'm a bad driver in a real manly way. So,
sure.
You know what I mean?
You're a scary driver.
Yeah, to everyone but me, but my mind works a little quicker than people. So you're just like, you almost hit that guy, and I go, I wasn't even close.
Yeah, I wasn't even close to him. Yeah, it's like
I can understand why you don't see the world like the Matrix like I do, where I'm like, whoop, 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 whoop.
Yeah.
I'm fucking. There's a parking spot.
But you don't drive fast, particularly.
This is how I get into a parking spot. I parallel park in this by driving in straight and then putting my parking brake up and then revving into the snow.
Yeah.
I slide sideways like a fucking protractor
in the women's spots.
I literally am like a protractor getting into a spot in the snow with the parking brake. I drive manual though. You wouldn't understand that life. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But this is a everyone wins scenario. They're like, girls get bigger spots, less people get crashed into. They can pretend they're helping feminism. You know what I mean? Yeah. Everyone wins.
How do they explain the crashes though? Once they invariably do come though,
I think bigotry,
like the like the scrape along the whole side of the door.
Even here,
that move, you
got 30% more room
because it wasn't enough. No, what women will do, they're like, bigger spots? Looks like I need a bigger car. I can finally buy that Land Rover.
That's exactly what happens, man. Just the same way that they'll figure out a way to spend that money. No matter, it keeps coming in, they'll keep figuring out stuff to spend it on.
Correct.
So the female-friendly zone, some people have called it disgusting, demanding that the city be held accountable for their actions. So a lot of...
This is Australia.
Some Australians are saying why it's a little sexist. The girls are getting bigger spots. Some of their husbands are saying, shut the fuck up.
Shut up.
There's a guy standing there in a cast being like, for their safety.
It's all pink too. Like it's like the height of... Like it's like hot pink parking area. Yeah.
Dude, giving girls bigger spots, and basically they're saying, well, if someone's trying to, jump in your car and rob you or whatever, like you can see him coming. But to your point, you're like, or the guy has more place to hide.
Yeah, more place to hide. They have a guaranteed area to pray.
It feels like it's about everyone's safety. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know what? I was kind of thinking too. There's a thing, and I've had this with different girls that I've dated, and I'm sure you've had the same sort of thing, where a lot of times, let's say you weren't going to go somewhere, you had to cancel something, you use the girl as an excuse, right?
I mean, it's, yeah.
Scapegoat, something to speak,
sure,
right?
Yeah.
And I've had arguments where girls will say, like, well, I have to be the bad guy, you know what I mean? And you're like, well, no, it's not that you have to be the bad guy. It's that no one cares if a man has a problem.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's only like if you
you could just be like, hey, I'm just going to tell him you can't get ready in time, and everybody be like, oh, okay.
Right. But if you told me that you guys are going to be 3 hours late because Danny can't figure out his outfit, everyone would be like, or even just like, oh, Danny ate something bad, he's feeling a little sick. My instinct would be like, well, tell him to stop being a pussy.
Yeah.
But if it was your girlfriend, I go,
Pepto.
If someone, in that situation, you go, okay, like everyone will give sympathy to a woman. So you're like, it's not that you're the bad guy. It's that That's the only way anyone cares.
Sure, and it's understandable. Everybody, the woman will be like, yeah, that's, I can relate. I barely made it too.
Yeah, even the food. Like if you're at a restaurant and you're like, she thinks this is overcooked. They're more likely to be like, where if a guy thinks it's overcooked, they're more likely to roll their eyes at you.
Yeah, they're like, come on, man.
Come on, buddy.
Just fucking eat it.
Yeah, right?
What do you care?
Yeah, so you kind of, it's not the...
I wholeheartedly agree with this.
Yeah, so and it's fair. It's like, okay, people care about your problems, but it's like, well, then we have to use those.
Yeah, we have
sometimes.
to weaponize your problems.
Sometimes your problems are going to get weaponized.
Fair.
And that is more than fair.
I agree.
Anyways, I'm a bad driver for cool guy reasons. Now,
yeah. Not for chromosomal reasons. It is funny actually because this might be a telling of how I am the way I am, but I do remember as a kid.
And what is the way that you are?
Just my general. No. Well, maybe that too. But my dad.
Grabbling.
I just grabbling. But whenever I was a kid, whenever we would drive,
grabbling.
Whenever my dad, like when I was a kid, would be driving and someone would be doing something, he'd be like, "Must be a woman." Like that was his like go-to.
Your dad.
Yeah. Where some people would be racist, but my dad would just like, "Woman
driver."
Yeah.